Welcome back to On the Fly. Today we're going to take a look at Day 5 of the Women's World Championship currently happening out in Denmark. So hopping right on into it today with the scores from today's games. We're going to start off with Finland beating Japan 9-3. And in this game, Finland did dominate from start to finish, never really giving Japan too much time to really ever come back. And I thought, for the most part, Japan looked pretty good, playing a team that is obviously better than them, as every team is in Group A. And I think they did set a good example of what's to come for Japan. When you look towards the quarterfinals, they will be playing the winner of the Swiss and the Finns. So they might be having to play Finland again, which of course would not be ideal, as they were a lot closer with Switzerland than they were with Finland. However, it will be interesting to see if Japan can pull off a major upset in the quarterfinals, as they are done their games for the round-robin play. I will be interested to see how Finland does tomorrow, as that's going to determine the playoff bracket. But we'll move on to Game 2 of the day with the Germans playing the Czechs. Czechs did win 6-0, and in this game it was yet another blowout. Today was the story of the blowouts. Besides the one game, which we'll get to in a little bit, every game was a blowout. This one, only 6-0, should have been a lot more. Czechs did not give Germany anything the entire day. And really, the 6-0 score should have been a lot higher. That's really all I can say about that game. And finally, in the third game of the day, U.S.-Switzerland, 9-0 U.S. This game was a catastrophe for the Swiss, only getting 4 shots on net. And if you shoot the puck 4 times and the other team scores 9 goals, you can't win. So that's pretty much all I can say about that game. Moving on to the game of the day with Hungary and Sweden. So the Swedes did win 3-2 in a shootout, which was probably the best case scenario for both teams. You get Hungary getting a point, moving just ahead of Denmark, and coming into the final day with Hungary not having no more games to play. That is probably the best situation they could have had. As for the Swedes, they get to push their spot and have a shot to beat Czechs tomorrow in order to get that top spot, not have to play the two powerhouses in Canada, USA. A good thing for both sides, and as we look towards the standings, Canada, US both 1-2. Winner of that game is going to take the first seed. Loser of that game will take the second seed. Switzerland, Finland, both with 3 points. The winner of that game will move into the third spot, play the top from Group B, and the fourth spot will play the fifth seed, which would be Japan. And really, in this, it doesn't matter a heck of a ton, as much as other years would. In my opinion, you'd actually rather lose and have to play a team like Japan rather than the Czechs. The Czechs have looked pretty good, albeit having to play teams in Group B, but they have looked pretty good. In my opinion, I'd rather have the easier shot. You've already seen what they're going to bring. I'd rather play Japan in this, but do as you will. And moving into Group B, we have the Czechs in first, 9 points, Swedes with 7 points. If Sweden can win, they will move into the first spot. If they can win a regulation, any other outcome, Czechs will take that top seed and play the third in Group A. Other than that, we got Hungary, 4 points. Denmark with 3 points. Germany has been eliminated from playoff contention. So if Denmark can get 1 point out of tomorrow's game against Germany, they will move into the third seed and make the quarterfinals. Moving on to the upcoming games, as I previously mentioned, Sweden does play the Czechs coming at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Switzerland and Finland coming up at 10 a.m. You got Germany, Denmark, 1:30. See if Denmark can make their way into the quarters. And finally, the game of the day coming in at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have, as always, one of the best matchups, Canada, USA. Definitely one to tune in for. It's going to be a pretty good game overall. It's also going to be interesting to see who's going to win that. In my personal opinion, the U.S. has looked better so far in the tournament, although Canada has sort of picked it up a little bit coming off a pretty low stretch, and I do expect them to come out guns a-blazing against the U.S. come tomorrow's game. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you'd like to drop a like, if you really liked it, consider subscribing. Tell all your friends, leave a comment down below your thoughts on Day 5 of the Women's World Championship. Until next time, see ya.